This video marks my 100th video on YouTube. I've posted 64 shorts and 36 long form videos in the past year since I started YouTube. And in this video, I want to give you 5 things I wish I did earlier on so you don't have to make these same mistakes. The 5th one is the most important one, so make sure you watch till the end of the video. Number 1 is that I wish I had just bought better equipment instead of being cheap. I spent so long recording on my crappy Samsung phone camera, and while it did the job, looking back, I know the quality could have just been so much better, both in the audio and visually. If I had invested earlier, not only would the videos have looked better, but it also would have pushed me to take the craft more seriously. Having the equipment would have forced me to learn faster and get more comfortable with the whole process. That said, I was still unsure if I wanted to fully commit at that time to this craft. Investing in a lot of expensive equipment might not have been the most practical thing, but I did see a friend who went all in early, bought tons of gear and made amazing videos, and after a while he realized that he didn't enjoy the process, and now he's left with all that equipment which barely gets used now. So there's definitely a balance. Invest enough to improve, but don't go overboard before you know that this is really what you want to stick with. Number 2 is recording with the same lighting. I can't count how many times I've been frustrated from recording at different times of the day. It's a nightmare when you can't match colors between the clips. And it's not a huge issue if you have a studio with controlled lighting, but when you first start out, you usually don't have any of this equipment. So ideally, you want to be recording during the day and definitely be avoiding sunset. It'll save you a lot of time. Unless, of course, you are purposely going for that look or you're using it as B-roll. Number 3 is getting a teleprompter. If you don't know what a teleprompter is, it's basically a device that lets you read your script off a screen instead of winging everything. And unless you're naturally great at speaking from the heart, this is the lifesaver. I spent so much time trying to remember what I wanted to say, redoing takes over and over again. You know, one video would just take me so many hours, and I guess having that teleprompter just removes that stress. It lets you focus on actually expressing yourself instead of wasting energy on memorization. I think over time, if you become really good at speaking and you understand your topic really well, then you might be able to just freestyle it and it will still sound pretty good because you're still speaking from the heart. But if you're not at that stage yet, then a teleprompter is definitely a helpful way to save a lot of time. Number 4 is cutting out the silent, useless parts in the videos. So a lot of the time when we're editing videos, there are these mini gaps of silence that add nothing. And depending on the video you're trying to make, cutting out these silent parts can really help with audience retention. I'll put up an example. Get more comfortable with the whole process. That said, I was still unsure if I wanted to fully commit. Get more comfortable with the whole process. That said, I was still unsure if I wanted to fully commit. If you're not cutting out these small silences out, it's actually kind of disrespectful to your audience because you're wasting your audience's time. And we all know that time is one of our most valuable resources. I know personally for me, when I watch a video, I just can't stand when it just drags on because of sloppy editing. I just want to get the value I came for and then move on. So definitely keeping that in mind whilst editing your videos is helpful. Plus, another benefit of trimming down is that it reduces the overall video length, which makes the rendering and upload process faster. The 5th thing that I wish I knew was authenticity over virality. When I first started posting content, I would be trying to make my videos go viral all the time, no matter the type of content. I would be posting brain rot content, entertainment content, education content to see what would go viral. However, with each video I posted, it made me slightly more depressed because nothing would be blowing up. It made me feel worthless and demotivated to keep going. And this is kind of when I realized that the mindset that I had going into this was quite toxic, because when you post purely for virality and it doesn't go viral as you expected, you're going to experience all those feelings of worthlessness, depression, and you will most likely burn out faster over time. But when you post more authentically about the things you genuinely enjoy doing or content that's actually helping people, the process becomes more enjoyable, sustainable, and purposeful. You're less likely to burn out. Why? Because you're posting about something you're passionate about. And if it's genuinely helping people, you feel good about yourself. You're contributing positively to society instead of filling it with toxic brain rot. You're not just chasing numbers, you're creating something that reflects who you are. So those are the 5 things I wish I knew earlier. If you want to know how you can start making the best decisions for your life, click on this video here. And if you want to follow my journey, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.